Team, thank you for joining me this evening. We're going to have a quick tutorial over my tax prep office, how to enter a tax return. So this will be really quick, but it's pretty simple. Guys, I always tell you, this is just like data entry. You're collecting these documents from the client and you just, entering this information. So it's not rocket science or you can't really break the system. So just, again, it's data entry. Take your time, enter the information in. That's it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll do a quick return real quick. From the home screen of My Tax Prep Office, you're going to click on Start New Return. Okay, so when you start a new return, it's going to bring up this screen here. So we'll go ahead and get started. As you can see, it just asks you basic information. So we're going to put in a social here. I'm going to put in a first name. All right, phone number in here and email address. Really key for you guys to always get an email address from your clients because you want to be able to contact this person next year as well, right? So sometimes people change their phone numbers, but the email address is still good. So I always try to capture a good email address if you can. And most of the people on the phone, you guys are new. So I want to make sure you guys understand, how important it is to use interview mode. Okay. So make sure, for your tax returns this year, especially the first year, use interview mode. Okay. It makes it a whole lot easier for you. So we're gonna go ahead and click on interview mode here. All right. As you can see, it brought up quite a bit of tabs up here. If you get finished and you need to go back and correct something, you can always click on that tab and go right to, whatever error you have. You see the AGI here. That's how much income someone made. And also the refund amount will always be here as well. So what we're doing today, we're going to use the guide me. So filing status is always first. We're going to say John has two dependents and he's single, so he's going to be filing head of household. Okay, so that's going to be number 4 here, head of household. Now, if he was single, he had no dependents, he would be filing single. If he was married, he would file married filing jointly. Or if he was separated from his wife, married filing separately. Okay, so today we're going to use head of household. John has 2 kids, and as you can see, you see a few red boxes here, so that's something we have to enter in those fields. The social, first name, last name, cell number, and email address already auto-populated from the previous screen. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Put a date of birth for John. Occupation, we're going to say he's in sales. If John had any type of identity theft previously, the IRS would give him a protection PIN. Okay, so again, if he had any type of identity theft prior to this year, they would assign him an identity PIN. So you would just put that information there. Normally it's a 5-digit PIN. All right, so we're going to say he doesn't have any issues there. So let's move right over to the address. Right. Okay, I'll go there. Telephone number is red, so I have to put something for the home number. Put something there. All right. Looks like I'm all good. I don't see any more red, so I think we're done with this screen. So we're going to go ahead and move forward, and we're going to go next. All right, this is the dependent information. So we're going to click on new. We want to put both dependents in here. So we're going to click new. All right. First dependent is his son. Say he has a son. Put his son's social, birthday, relationship. This is his son. If you have a grandparent or a parent that you provide for and they live with you, they can be a dependent as well, or uncle or aunt or whoever. If you care for that person more than half of the year and they reside with you, you can claim them as a dependent. Okay, So we're going to put this as his son, dependent type. His son lives with him. And how many months in the home? Like I said, you have to care for that person and you have to reside with you more than half the year. So we're going to say his son stayed with him for the entire year. All right. These questions here, his son is not disabled, he's not a student. When they say student, they mean college, okay, anything after high school. So we're gonna say claiming earned income credit, of course. So, okay, we're done with that information. And he also has a daughter. So we're gonna go new. We wanna add the daughter's information in there as well. So we'll go new. All right, as you can see, his son's information is already populated up here. So let's go ahead and put his daughter's information in here now. Social, birthday, all right, and like I said, this is his daughter, and she lives with him as well, and she stayed with him for 12 months out of the year, and he's claiming earned income credit for her as well. All right, so we're done with this screen here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. All right, so you see both kids' information up here. If you needed to delete something, you could always hit delete. You know, if somebody else already claimed one of the kids, or if you need to change something, let's say you put, you know, the wrong social or birthday, and you just click on the name, and it will bring that dependence information up for you to make those changes. Okay, so since we're good here, we're going to go ahead and move forward, and we're going to go next. All right. We don't have any daycare information, so we're not going to worry about that. So we'll go to ACA, which is the health coverage worksheet for the CARE Act. So we'll just answer these questions. Did the taxpayer, spouse, or dependent receive Form 1095A from the marketplace? You know, similar to Obamacare or some type of third-party insurance, you know, that they receive throughout the year. So we're going to say this person, John, he had insurance through his employer. So we're going to say no, he already had insurance through his employer. Is taxpayer spouse exemption, a penalty for health care? No, he's not exempt. Okay, we'll scroll down. Coverage C type. This is for his daughter. We're going to say she had minimal essential coverage. Again, both of his kids did have insurance through his employer. Okay. Is this dependent required to file a return? No, these are kids, so they're not required to file a return. So John as well had minimal essential coverage. All right. So it looks like we're done with this screen. So we're going to move to the next. All right, shared responsibility tab is where we are now. Can someone claim you as a dependent? No, no one can claim John as a dependent. All right, the second question, did you and everyone else in your household have qualifying health coverage? Yes, they all had health coverage. Did you or anyone else in your tax household have qualifying health coverage? Qualify for coverage exemption? No. Did you or anyone else in your tax household turn 18 in 2018? That would be no. So household income, did you attach this form? He didn't need to. Did you claim any dependents? Yes, he's claiming his daughter and his son. Were any of the dependents you claim required to file a return? The answer is no. Did you attach Form 80F14? No. So we're going to move forward. Again,